Have you ever met someone who always says, "I'm fine," even when their world is collapsing? Someone who makes jokes while their heart is aching, who encourages others but doesn't know who to call when they need help. It's interesting, isn't it? Some of the strongest people you know are carrying the kind of pain that would break others. They don't cry loudly. They don't complain. They don't show the cracks. But deep down, they break in silence. And the world almost never notices. Today, we're going to explore the psychology of those silent fighters, the people who look strong on the outside but struggle alone in the dark. Not to judge them, but to understand them. Because sometimes, understanding someone's silence is the first step toward healing them. The calm strength that hides storms. People who act strong often carry a calmness that makes others believe they're invincible. They smile easily, listen deeply, and try not to make their problems anyone else's burden. But here's the part most people don't see. This calmness is not always peace. Sometimes it's exhaustion. Sometimes it's emotional survival. Many of these people grew up learning one powerful lesson: you must handle everything alone. Maybe they were the responsible one in the family. Maybe they experienced early pain that forced them to grow up too fast. Maybe they learned that when they opened up, nobody listened. So instead of breaking outwardly, they learned to break inwardly. Psychologists call this internalized coping. It means you don't express emotions outwardly. You hold them, you absorb them, you carry them until they become part of you. And while the world praises them for being strong, they're fighting silent battles deep inside. Their strength is real, but so is their pain. Here is the most misunderstood truth. People who act strong are not pretending, they really are strong. But they also feel deeply. Their strength is real, but it's not limitless. They help others because they know what it feels like to need help and not get it. They listen because they know the pain of not being heard. They comfort others because they've mastered the art of comforting themselves. But eventually, when the weight gets too heavy, they break quietly. Not because they are weak, but because no one is meant to carry this much alone. And the saddest part? The stronger they appear, the less people check on them. It's the curse of being strong. People assume you're okay. People assume you don't need help. People assume you can handle everything. But inside, there's a voice whispering, "Please, someone notice I'm tired. Please, someone see past my smile. Please, someone ask me how I really feel." Not for attention, not for sympathy, but for connection. Because even the strongest hearts need a place to rest. Why they hide their emotions? People who break in silence don't do it because they enjoy suffering. They do it because their psychology has been shaped to protect others before protecting themselves. Here are the three biggest reasons. 1. They fear burdening others. They tell themselves, "I don't want to be a problem. Everyone has their own issues. No one needs to hear mine." This is called the emotional caretaker mindset. They're so used to supporting others that their own needs feel unnecessary. They think being vulnerable will inconvenience someone, so they stay silent. 2. They were taught to be the strong one, maybe since childhood. They were told, "Don't cry. Stay strong. We depend on you." When someone learns this early, they internalize an identity. I must always be okay, even when they're not. 3. They don't know how to ask for help. This isn't weakness, it's unfamiliarity. Some people have never experienced safe emotional support. No one ever showed up for them consistently, so asking for help becomes unnatural, unfamiliar, uncomfortable. They end up suffering alone because reaching out feels like breaking a rule they've lived by all their lives. Part 4. How they heal, even when they're quiet. Here's the beautiful thing. Even if someone breaks silently, they also heal silently. Their healing is slow, gentle, and inward. It happens through small rituals. Late-night journaling, long walks alone, music that calms their nervous system, lighting a candle before bed, deep breaths when emotions rise, choosing solitude instead of chaos, giving themselves space to process, forgiving people without confronting them, learning that it's okay to not be okay. They don't heal dramatically. They heal quietly, softly, gradually. They don't need applause. They don't need witnesses. They just need the freedom to feel without judgment. Eventually, they rise again, not loudly, but steadily. Because their strength isn't the loud, Aggressive kind, it's the quiet kind that survives storms without letting the world know. And that's the kind of strength that changes lives. Final NSSAG, if you are one of these people, someone who acts strong but breaks in silence, here's something you need to hear. You don't have to carry everything alone. You don't have to be the strong one every day. You don't have to hide your tiredness behind a smile. Your feelings matter. Your heart matters. Your pain matters. And you deserve the same support you give to everyone else. You're not weak. You're just human. And humans break sometimes. But people like you, they don't stay broken. They rebuild themselves quietly, softly, beautifully, until one day, they wake up stronger than ever. Not because they never fell, but because they learned how to rise.